Hello and welcome back to Let's Talk Movies. If you are new here, please like and subscribe for future content. We're going to be talking today regarding Pensacon and Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, and how Pensacon, they have actually revoked Jeremy, and they've literally called Jeremy out and called him as being toxic, and all his fans and the community is toxic, the ones who listen to him. So, we're going to start it all off with what actually happened first. So, what happened was on, I believe it was the 12th of February, when the first threat actually came from Pensacon's Twitter account. It was a response publicly trying to get to supporters to attend a meetup at Pensacon so they could excuse me, just so they could go out and protest in support of Magnolia. I know it's like lasagna, that's how it's meant to rhyme like, but we'll just call him Vic. So, that's what was meant to happen. Obviously, a lot of the industry has gone rid of Vic, and because he has been accused of misconduct. Obviously, however, many fans feel the evidence at the moment is spurious and being led on by a campaign to get him kicked out of the industry by vindictive individuals. Obviously, upon learning this, because Pensacon had a couple of these people who had actually spoke about Vic, and they're the ones who accused him, they were appearing at Pensacon. So their Twitter account, they thought it would be wise to threaten Vic's supporters and have him arrested on sight. First of all, a big convention like this, and they're saying they're going to have people arrested because if they don't agree with what they're doing. That's a bit wrong. That's actually quite disgusting. But the tweet that was initially sent out, it was, yes, please do. We would love to have some folks arrested at Pensacon, February 12th, 2019. But the Pensacon 2019 account wasn't even done. Obviously, some of the people in a completely unrelated thread to this, they weren't even mentioning them, they weren't even hashtagging them, they weren't doing anything. And they were just talking about it, and obviously they said the voice actress who came out against Vic, that they would boo her. Pensacon leaped into the thread like a spandex-wearing vigilante leaping through the window of a shapely young woman's apartment during the middle of the night. You know what, I gotta love one angry gamer and the way he's done all this. So shout out to him for the article. So, going on again. Right. Declaring anyone who attempted to harass Ryle, or Real, whatever you say her name, would be arrested. They also threatened that anyone who even brings up the issue of Vic would be asked to leave or escorted off the premises by police. Right, okay. Interesting. If you're just talking with your friends, then would you be arrested and escorted off the premises? That's... it's almost like Pensacon now, because they're just overrun with being, you can't say this, or your opinion is wrong, mine's right. If your opinion is different to mine, I'm going to have you arrested. Anyway, their Twitter kept going, and anyone who harasses her at Pensacon will be arrested. You have been warned. Right, with that there, that's fair enough. I understand that one. If you do harass someone, you can't stay. Obviously, you need to go. Harassing people ain't right. We all know this. And then, but they weren't done with that. Anyone who brings up this issue will be asked to leave. If they do not, law enforcement, who will be on hand, will take over. This is not what the convention is about. That's I agree with that one there. However, the convention is also not about you going on Twitter saying you're going to have people arrested, you're going to have, even if they just wear, I'm with Vic t-shirts, you're going to have them arrested. It's like, what is wrong with you? Anyway, then there's one guy here, lol, I'm not even going and I don't even live in the US. But they still had a go at this Dylan Crook guy. But anyway, Some of the people they were interacted with said they weren't even going to the event, but that didn't matter for him. Pensacon stated that anyone even being influenced to ask about the Vic situation or some of the false allegations that have surfaced in the situation. So straight away, Pensacon, they're agreeing with Jamie Marshy and Real, the girl who accused Vic as well. They're not even looking into any evidence because these two people have just come out and said, oh, they touched me or whatever. They're automatically believing them. This day and age, it goes back to Jamie Marshy. On Twitter, she's even said herself, I'd rather publicly name and shame than instead of going to court. It's like, well, no, that's not how things are done. This is what the law is there for. This is what that system is there for. Just go to the police, make a court case, do anything. Just, instead you just go on Twitter and just name and shame people. That's just, that's like schoolyard bullshit. But here's another one, going with CY98, hashtag I stand with Vic, hashtag kick Monica. They went and they said, I never said I was going. Pensacon replied to him, no, but the people you are encouraging to do so and harass a guest will be arrested. Mark our words. This is a warning. Heed it. So Pensacon, now they've turned into social justice warriors who are literally saying, if anyone says anything that I don't like, I'm going to have them arrested. Okay. So, CY98, he actually replied, I'm not encouraging any form of harassment. That would imply physically harming someone. The only thing I'm encouraging is for people to speak up and tell the truth. Let me ask, did you see any evidence or are you blindly trusting the guest because it's a woman? Pensacon, again, if anyone brings this up, they will be escorted off the property by law enforcement. End of story. You and anyone you encourage have been warned. Okay? They went back with, very well, but I have just one question. How did you find my initial posts? I didn't mention you in any of them. And this is where it gets really funny. Pensacon came back with, we have eyes everywhere. That is just like, oh my god, Pensacon, do you think you're the fucking government or something? Do you think you're a spy or whatever? That is just ridiculous. It's like, what is going on? And today, noted in the Twitter threads, it was reiterated that there still hasn't been solid evidence made available against Vic, even though Funimation claims there was enough evidence from an internal investigation that prompted them to fire him. That's not right, it's like, what the hell is going on? But, and obviously, this comes back now to Jeremy and Geeks and Gamers. So Jeremy from YouTube channel Geeks and Gamers, he recently had his Pensacon press pass revoked after he did a video about how the Pensacon Twitter account had set about threatening congoers with arrest if they show up with the express purpose of supporting Vic. So it was a good video by Jeremy. It was completely right. Everything he said in it was completely true. And because around 2 minutes into the video, Jeremy showed an email that he received from Pensacon, and I'm just going to read it out quickly for you. I regret to inform that I'll be unable to fill your request for media passes this year after all. As you mentioned several times in your video that you don't actually care, I imagine this will come as no surprise. I personally am disappointed in your actions, both in making accusations and assumptions about our organisation. It basically just goes on that they just having to go at Jeremy, and then towards the very bottom, they try and be smarmy, and they say this is how you pronounce Vic's name and how you say Monica's name, because they mention that it might be helpful in case you want to do another video. That's just childish. But it gets better. Right, Pensacon have even gone, obviously they deleted their Twitter account. But then they came out with a Facebook page, and it was a rant on Facebook. And it's just glorious to look at. People in the comments, they're having to go at Pensacon, and Pensacon are literally, they're saying they don't want trolls or anything. they're trolling everyone in the post they've done. It's like, you're trying not to do this, but you've done it yourself. You're acting like children. You are completely and utterly out of touch. And Pensacon, you need to fucking get a life, get a grip, and stop with all this little childish bullshit. All Jeremy done was, he put a video out there about it. But then what do? You try and harm him by calling him toxic, that his community is toxic. However, you're supporting a bunch of people who have no evidence against someone and who's been fired. Their life has potentially been ruined because of these two people, because they're women. There's no other thing about it. And because they may have a bit of pull with you and they can get you things, and they say yes to you because you want to have them at the conventions because they're so woke and all this bullshit. You need to wake up. You need to actually pull your finger out of their asses and your tongues out of their asses, and you need to actually go about being a professional company. You need to look at both sides. You need to look at every single angle available. You can't just go, oh my god, did you hear what so-and-so said about so-and-so? That's it, we don't want them anywhere near us anymore. They're this, they're that. You don't want that, because you're going to lose in the long run. You seriously are going to lose. Please like and subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and we will see you soon.